NEW fans, I've got Nicole Matthews with me right now. Nicole, big matchup, Daniel Makabe. Tell me, are you feeling a bit nervous?
Well, I'm excited, but why would I be nervous?
Well, Daniel's kind of legendary. He's very accomplished.
Nicole Matthews is very accomplished, too. If there's anybody around here who matches the Wrestling Genius's resume or exceeds it, it's Nicole Matthews. But this is a match that everyone's looking forward to, myself included. And why wouldn't they? Me and Makabe, we have a lot in common. We both have been wrestling, not to age us, but for over 15 years. We're both what I like to call grapple nerds. Like, there's no one around here who watches, studies, and thinks about professional wrestling more than me and the Wrestling Genius. But something I don't have is a clever nickname that brags about my wrestling IQ. But what I do have is an inferiority complex about a mile wide. And for him to call himself the Wrestling Genius implies he thinks he's better than me. Chantel, do you think he's better than me? You don't need to answer that. Because you think that, clearly. But so do all the wrestlers in the back. And so do all the fans who are watching tonight. And so, hell, the whole internet wrestling community thinks he's the best and he's better than me. And I take that personally. So Daniel Makabe, Mr. Wrestling Genius, if I have to beat you at your own game to prove I am the best professional wrestler in the Pacific Northwest, in Canada, in the world, I look forward to the challenge.
Wow, Nicole Matthews saying it like it is. The best in Canada. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, but I won't beat it.
Nicole Matthews, confident. Doesn't need the lead.
Well, there it is. Nicole Matthews has said, whatever you got, Daniel Makabe, she is ready to go as well. Here is Ryan Ventura.
It is impossible not to see that match graphic and get excited for what we're about to see.
I'm telling you, this had the internet buzzing. Both of these wrestlers have a tremendous social media following, so this got the internet buzzing early.
From New Westminster, British Columbia, his talents are some of the most sought out in the Pacific Northwest. He is the Wrestling Genius, Daniel Makabe!
It's exactly what to target and when to target it.
And as we heard from Nicole Matthews moments ago, he may be the Wrestling Genius, but he will learn to fear the mind of Matthews.
Makabe with that ominous entrance music. There's not much to it. It reminds me of a young Mike Tyson coming to the ring when he was in his prime. Makabe has an arsenal second to none. But you know who's up for a good challenge, boys? Nicole Matthews has wrestled almost everybody in North America, but this is her first ever match against Daniel Makabe.
Nicole Matthews is a franchise player in NEW, an absolutely foundational building block. You cannot build a company without a 15-year veteran. She's won titles pretty much anywhere she's ever been. Shimmer, ECCW, VIPW, ASW, she's a proven winner.
They don't call her the Shimmer Taker for nothing, Bowman.
Absolutely not.
A leader in the locker room, no matter what locker room it happens to be. We got a new one right here in NEW. I guarantee she is already a locker room leader right here.
Boy, I don't know where to go with this one, boys. Like, usually I can tell who's going to get over in this one. This is as even-steven as I think we've got all night.
Will we ever see more polar opposite entrance music than the high-octane entrance of Nicole Matthews and Daniel Makabe's slow, cerebral tones?
Daniel Makabe, a big soccer fan, though he might prefer I call it footy, I'm not sure. I have on many occasions referred to him as the greatest Vancouver athlete to ever don a Whitecaps kit. He is sporting Chelsea FC this evening, however.
Makabe and Matthews So enjoyable to think about, and now we get to see it live.
We thought this would be a technical battle. It looked a little bit more like a slap fight between siblings for a moment there.
They're just feeling each other out. This is going to get vicious in no time.
Headlock from Nicole Matthews.
Arm wringer. Nice single leg takedown from Makabe, and right to the ankle. He's going for that physical edge early.
Ankle.
But look at the technique. Nicole Matthews out of it in a hurry.
This is an early battle of IQs, gentlemen.
Well, I think Nicole Matthews, she mentioned in the pre-video that she's got a bit of an inferiority complex, so she might want to show Makabe that she's got the IQ as well.
This is a technical side from Matthews I'm not used to seeing, fellas.
But you know she wants to come in here to the gaming stadium and beat Daniel Makabe, the self-professed wrestling genius, at his own game.
Absolutely, but will it be game over Matthews once Makabe gets his kicks in?
She's got the front face lock, takes him down to the mat.
Gents, this technical type match, does it work for Nicole Matthews or against her?
I think it works for Nicole Matthews because Daniel Makabe can't be expecting her to come out with this sort of chain wrestling right out of the gate.
At the same time, Makabe going to be looking to work the limbs of Matthews throughout this match. Break her down piece by piece, bit by bit. That's his style. It might feed directly into what Daniel wants to do here tonight.
And if you love technical wrestling, the first 120 seconds of this match have been Christmas morning. Both these amazing, accomplished wrestlers doing their thing.
But let me tell you something, Rob Fay, it only stays technical for a little bit. At some point, someone's going to strike the other person in the face, and this thing's going to go right off the rails.
Look at the eyes of Matthews, though. This is a first-time ever matchup between these two competitors. She might be a little bit surprised by the fight in the dog across from her.
And you can tell the silence of the room, everybody watching every move of this match. So different from the first 3 or 4 that we've seen here tonight, but this is awesome to watch. So many little intricate moves.
Northern Light suplex. Now Nicole Matthews targeting the leg.
Wrenching that ankle just like Makabe did earlier.
You got to believe there's anybody who knows how to get out of those leg grapevines, it's got to be Daniel Makabe.
Trying to figure each other out. Boy, I think this first couple of minutes, the feel-out period, great to see both. So much experience in the ring as well.
We got a good look at the eyes of Nicole Matthews earlier. Now it's the eyes of Daniel Makabe, who is a bit surprised at what he's encountering in this ring.
And the crowd here at the gaming stadium loving this chess match so far.
Not sure I'm a fan of the Chelsea jersey, but we'll save that for a rainy day.
I'd prefer an AFC Richmond jersey myself.
And they're all sold out, apparently.
Makabe with a go behind. Leaps over.
I was talking to Daniel earlier in the afternoon. He said Chelsea picked up the win this morning, and he's hoping to follow suit tonight.
He talks?
He does.
Well, I'd say so far this is 0-0, this match right here we're seeing.
But sometimes a 0-0 match can be one of the most exciting you see. Every chance becomes that more intensified. And we could see that as this match progresses. Every pinfall, every submission, going to feel like it could be the end.
Because I would not say one of these wrestlers has a distinct advantage so far, and we're several minutes into this match.
Absolutely not. They are neck and neck, dead even to this point.
You come to the arena, you expect to see big, bold, and brash, but this has been fantastic to watch these two feel each other out. Makabe looking for a rope. Matthews now shoved into the back corner, comes right back out. A frustrated Makabe breaks the hold and now sets up again.
We talked about
Big handful of hair.
earlier in the night, the first match this evening between Judas Icarus and Travis Williams. Two opponents who knew each other so well that that match was full of reversals. Well, these are two opponents here right now who don't know each other at all, and yet the IQs in the ring, we're seeing reversals left and right.
Throughout their entire careers.
Stiff into the corner, and I think that's got her phased and dazed, and down into the corner goes Matthews. She wipes some drool away and is trying to find out what day of the week it is.
A drop kick direct to the skull of Nicole Matthews.
Throughout their entire careers, they've both wrestled tons of different versatile styles, different opponents. They're using all of it right here.
Snap. Makabe looking for the pinfall, holds her down all the...
But as soon as she kicks out, he goes right to that wrist lock.
You'll notice as well, he spent much of the early going of this match wrenching limbs, trying to break Nicole down piece by piece. Now that we're a little bit of a ways in and she's looking a little woozy at the moment, it's at this point that Daniel lays in the offense.
He is strategic, he is methodical, he times his attacks like a pitch count, and he only uses what he has to get the win.
Again, reversing the kick to bring Matthews down to the mat. Make this a grappling match once again.
Right back to that ankle. It almost feels like both of them know what the next 3 moves are going to be. And back to the leg yet again. Wrenching the ankle yet again. The same one. Matthews finds her way to the rope.
If you give Daniel Makabe any sort of opening, he is going to make you pay for it.
He's also been targeting the arm as well as the leg. That has to have an impact future in this match if she's reaching for the rope. Might be a little bit more difficult with busted arm. Back to the arm he goes.
Be a lot more difficult with a busted arm. Matthews has something to prove, as if she's got anything to prove, but she desperately wants this win over Daniel Makabe. She has let that be known over the last couple of weeks on social media. This match mattered.
What a feather in a cap it'll be for her to beat the wrestling genius here at the first ever NEW show.
Her first match in 18 months, her return to the ring. Technically was earlier this afternoon against Veda Scott. We wonder if that plays a part in this match tonight. Does Nicole still have what's left in the tank to pick up the win here, having already been in action this afternoon?
And they're 2 completely different styled matches. Veda Scott was bold and brash and in her face. Now this so technical, so interesting to watch.
That just speaks to the versatility that she's gone through in her 15-year career in professional wrestling. Any style at all, Nicole Matthews is going to bring it.
Using the bony as part of the elbow right in the back of the neck.
She has been in the ring with some technical killers in her day. She is one of the many who was not ready for Asuka.
That is correct.
She's also taken on the man.
Indeed, Becky Lynch's first match in the business against none other than Nicole Matthews in Duncan, British Columbia.
And what did I tell you? Mat wrestling and the technical aspect of this match is eventually going to give way to a big shot in the face, and we just saw it from Makabe.
He goes for another one.
Hard off the ropes. Matthews still trying to regain her composure. Ooh, that's a stiff shot. Second one. Now going right into the jawline of Makabe.
This is turning into a brawl real quick. Rolling elbow. Makabe's out on his feet.
And this might favor Matthews a little bit here if she can get away from the technical game, perhaps, and make Makabe meet her in something of a bar brawl.
She is drawing him into a strike fest.
Oh, wonderful shot. Strategically placed, and that's gonna stay with Makabe for the rest of the match.
And that's gonna get a big cheer from this crowd in Richmond.
A running drop kick to the left knee, this time to the face. As Makabe slouches down in the corner, he is off his game now.
The knees, the ankles. Oof, I'll tell you what, they're both going to be walking with a limp tomorrow. Matthews on the offensive, the longest we've seen her on the offensive this match. That's now at the 10-minute mark.
And she is staying focused on that left leg. She's having success with that right now.
Can she make the submission specialist tap out here?
Wouldn't that be a statement if Matthews could submit Makabe at NEW1?
It would take until NEW 10 to shake that off.
Now she's bridging.
He is in definite pain.
Makabe taking out the feet of Matthews to eliminate that bridge.
She never lost control of that leg, though.
I've heard of wrist control. This is ankle control from Nicole Matthews right here.
Makabe desperately trying to get to the rope, instead spins around Matthews, who spins around Makabe.
Snapmare.
Wrenching the arms is Makabe.
Trading waist locks. Oh, and right into the cattle mutilation. Nicole Matthews is in trouble here, guys.
She is. But look at the way she works out of it.
Nice little somersault, turned it into a pinfall situation.
This match has lived up to the hype. Makabe and Matthews won. And if it's the only one, it's one heck of a one.
Almost an inverted crossface there from Nicole Matthews.
Makabe could have easily reached for the rope break, but I think he wanted to show that he didn't need it, that he could fight out of it on his own. And we'll see if that costs him here as Matthews still in control. 2 count on that German suplex.
Crowd firmly behind Nicole Matthews here.
I have been so enamored by how much this fan base has just sat back and enjoyed this skill set. It's the quietest the stadium's been, but yet the most intent the stadium's been tonight.
It's an anticipation. They're waiting for one of these two wrestlers to make that big mistake, which leads to the end of the match. And honestly, they could go all night. I don't know if we'll have that moment here.
We've talked about the precision as they try to pick at joints.
Look at this.
Oh my.
Almost a figure 4 suplex. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before.
They don't call him the wrestling genius for nothing. Makabe now with a roll up.
Multiple
Almost
pinning
got it.
combinations from Daniel
Makabe he thought he had it for sure.
And the look on his face right now says it all.
If you want to be a wrestling genius, this is where you have to prove it. What's he got in the tank right now? What's he thinking about?
Continue to wrench the limbs of Nicole Matthews.
Matthews back up to her feet, trying to fend off Makabe, who twists the arm.
Looked like a pitcher's wind up on that punch. Missed the mark, and it's Matthews with a strike to the head of Makabe.
Roll over, Northern Light suplex. Oh, but Daniel Makabe's got the leg hooked. Wrenching that ankle.
Working her way towards she gets the rope.
I find it curious how many pinning situations both competitors have shown no interest in pursuing. Rolling over to continue wrenching limbs, continue working body parts, looking for a submission here.
They know what it's going to mean for their opponent if they had to tap out here tonight at NEW1. That's what they want.
Neither of these guys are tapping out. I can assure you that.
In a match of wits between a wrestling genius and a certified ring general in Nicole Matthews, you're right. They do want the other person to say, I give up.
Surprisingly, this match going to the top rope here. Daniel Makabe positioning Nicole Matthews. Is he going to go up after her? You're about to get really far from the mat, Makabe. Telling the crowd he is done messing around.
Top rope for Makabe. Matthews finds it.
Matthews saying, you're just getting started messing around, pal.
Losing a couple IQ points there from the wrestling genius, taking it off the mat and going to the top rope.
And Matthews going up to the second rope, working her way.
Whatever she has planned here looks like
Locking
it
her
could
legs.
be devastating.
Oh! Avalanche German suplex from the top.
Wow! What a match!
And you think you spend so much time on the match, doing the mat wrestling, doing the strikes. When you get hit from a big move from the top rope, that could be game over. Nicole Matthews on the top rope, looking for the moonsault,
Missed it!
Makabe's got to capitalize here.
And that knee of Matthews that Makabe has been working all match long, she is feeling the pain there right now, having missed that moonsault.
That was the first thing to hit the mat.
Makabe's not going to show her any remorse. Oh, spits! These two combatants still going back and forth.
Oh, roll through, looking for that single leg crab.
Wow.
Nicole Matthews.
Makabe's a mile away from any rope.
Nicole Matthews just wrenching at Makabe's face as he's crawling towards the ropes.
He got it. What an impressive battle of attrition these two combatants have had tonight.
If you're Nicole Matthews, how do you shake off this frustration right now?
The perseverance of Daniel Makabe to reach for that rope, but I mentioned earlier, he is a Vancouver Whitecaps fan. Very, very accustomed to feeling pain at sporting events.
Aren't they the hottest team in North America right now?
It's a significant change from their historic position.
Makabe working that arm on Matthews again. You can hear her grimacing in pain.
Rolls through with a pin.
Continuing to wrench the arm. Work that shoulder is Makabe.
Quick count from Josh Ruxtall.
And even with all of the devastating offense we've seen from both parties in this match, neither one of them really looking like they've taken the lead here, as it were.
Daniel Makabe with a wrap-up knee bar. There's the tap.
Had to happen.
Matthews.
Wow, Daniel Makabe finally found a way to win and got Nicole Matthews to tap out at NEW1.
There was nowhere for her to go. He spent the entire match working every single limb. That was game over as soon as he had that thing locked in. She was a kilometer from the ropes.
And I'm shocked, gentlemen. I did not think that Nicole Matthews was going to submit in this match. She has the heart of a warrior.
Something tells me Daniel Makabe is never going to let her forget what happened here tonight.
Oh, just talking to her while she's down. Oh, wow, that's cold-blooded.
Wrestling genius begets wrestling asshole.